What's up, everybody? You are very welcome along to Tuesday night's late night agenda. I'm your host Craig, and as always, you're very welcome along to the show. This is your show, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know what you want to talk about, Liverpool related or not Liverpool related, but hopefully it's Liverpool related. As always, I've got a few things in my notes to go through, but let me just say hello to a few people in the chat. John's in, Brian's in, Papa, Thomas McGee, Day, Shay Trainer, 9EG is in, Ian is in, Javid's in. Hello to everybody. Has the boss is in. How are we? Thank you for joining us on this very blustery Tuesday evening here in Ireland anyway. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the Reds back in action against Norwich at the weekend. I can't wait. It feels like forever since we've seen a Liverpool game. And then, of course, we've got the Champions League game coming up against Atleti as well on Tuesday, which we will, of course, be doing a watch-along here of on the channel. Hello to everyone that's jumping in. Ben, Joseph, Ardit, everybody that's coming in. Deco as well. Pixel_NME, Benjamin, Miles, Rod, Blood Red, 210 Records, K Hannah, and all of our friends. How are we? Ella's in the house as well. Great to see you all, ladies and gentlemen. I love your vid, said Adam. You're a gentleman, Adam. Thank you, sir. Let's start off tonight with a little bit of interest, perhaps, in another centre-back. So we spoke last night about Liverpool maybe bringing in the centre-back in the summer. We talked about the possibility of Dejan Lovren moving on, and then we start talking about Koulibaly, and we start talking about how much we should be looking to spend. Well, something caught my eye today, ladies and gentlemen. So there's various reports that have claimed Liverpool are interested in Benfica's 22-year-old defender Ruben Dias. It's been reported that Liverpool sent scouts to watch Benfica's game against Porto that they lost 3-2 on Saturday. But the Express also reckon that Dias is one of Jose Mourinho's primary targets to bring in to Spurs, and also that Manchester City and many other top European clubs have watched this guy as well. 22 years of age, as I said. I believe, from what I said in the Echo, he signed a new deal at Benfica in November, if my memory's correct on that one. So it would probably take a fair few quid to get Benfica's interest in selling this guy. So again, maybe some of you guys have watched him a lot more than I have. I don't know. What do you guys think about this guy? If you've seen much of Ruben Dias, I haven't seen too much of him. I'm not going to lie about it. But he is a centre-back. He is somebody we've been linked to. I've somebody else a little bit later on in the show that I'm going to mention as well that we've been linked to with centre-back. Marcus, how are you, sir? Said I'm a massive fan. Honestly, it's beautiful and weird. I mean, I just think of myself as a normal fella, mate. So for lads like yourself and everybody else to come in and watch, it means the world to us. It really does. What have we got? Liverpool will take the Premier League. Damn right we will, my friend. Damn right we will. YOLO's in Kilkenny. How are you, buddy? Do we need a centre-back, said Phil. If Degsy moves on, Phil, and it looks like he might move on in the summer, although, in saying that, Degsy's been linked with a move away for a few windows now, hasn't he? And for me, if we do move on Dejan Lovren, or if he decides that, he wants to go elsewhere, it's a difficult one, because I think we'd all agree that right now Joe Gomez is Virgil van Dijk's centre-back partner. I think most of us would agree with that. And having Joel Matip there, who of course signed a new deal as backup, is great. But then, if we do move him on, you're looking at the likes of Sepp Vandenberg or Kiana Hoover. Are they ready for that step up? I don't know. But we seem to be linked with a lot of centre-backs. A lot of centre-backs over the past 24, 48 hours. Kate said, nice to see that you shook your cold. Yes, finally, Kate. Jesus, it felt like it would never go away. I'm really good, thank you, Rory Burke, as well. Sean said, Dejan is leaving then. I would say most likely. But, weirdly, in saying that, and I think that many of us believe that Dejan might move on, he was talking actually about Liverpool. Where's this news that I have here? Yeah, so Dejan Lovren was speaking about his desire to see this Liverpool team go on a similar trophy winning spree to the Barcelona side that won something like 20 trophies in around 4 years. So, of course, it's always lovely to hear Dejan talking about the Reds, and you can tell from Degsy Lovren, whatever you think about him, the man loves the club. There is no doubt about that. Dejan Lovren absolutely loves Liverpool Football Club, but much like Simon Mignolet, much like Adrian, and many other players, maybe Adam Lallana as well, he's getting to that point in his career where he wants to be playing more regularly, and I don't know if he can be guaranteed enough playing time to keep him happy at Liverpool. So in my humble opinion, I think we'll see Dejan Lovren move on in the summer. Anthony Day Jr. said, hey bro, love the programme, please stay strong, we need you. Thank you, mate. As you can see though, we are now on Hot Mic, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're not live at this moment in time, but we are a broadcaster on Hot Mic. So if you don't know what Hot Mic is, let me take a second to explain what this is all about. So as you know, we do our watch-alongs here on Anfield Agenda of every Liverpool game. But we're now going to be broadcasting them on Hot Mic as well. And the beauty of Hot Mic is this. You can seamlessly sync up our commentary to the game that you're watching via your television. And how does it work, I hear you ask? Or maybe nobody asks, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So, you go on to Hot Mic and you download the app. It'll ask you for a code if you've been sent by somebody. Obviously, put in Anfield Agenda, all in caps. That's our sign-up code on there. And then what happens is you'll see a list of games and events. So you click on the game. Let's say in this instance it'll be Norwich against Liverpool on Saturday at 5:30. You click on that and you'll see the available broadcasters. Click on which one you want to listen to. Obviously in this case it'll be Anfield Agenda. And then there's a big button that will appear that says sync. So you press that button. It listens to your television, even if it's before the game and it's the pre-match show and the pundits are talking, and it will sync up our commentary seamlessly with your television on your mobile device, whether that be your phone, your iPad, whatever it might be, any mobile device. It's available on the App Store and it's available on the Google Play Store. And the real beauty of all of this is it's absolutely fucking free. It's free for us to use. It's free for you to use. It's a win-win. And for us, you're able to get, like, you know the way sometimes we're doing watch-alongs and people are 30 seconds behind? With this, you will seamlessly be linked up to our commentary. No delays. Perfect working action. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. Really excited about it. There is a link in the stream description as well. Connor's put a link into the chat there. If you want to help us out on here with this, please do go, sign up, put in the code Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word, when you're prompted so when signing up. And also it's really important that you give us a follow on there as well. And of course all of that's completely free. All of that is absolutely free to you guys as well. We spent the afternoon with the guys, the tech department of Hot Mic, setting ourselves up, making sure that when we kick off on Saturday for that Norwich game, it's going to be seamlessly for everybody. Also with Hot Mic, another beautiful thing that you get on there is you get ambient noise in the background. So rather than just hearing me, you'll hear crowd noises and stuff like that as well, which will make it just a little bit more interesting for everybody. Again, we're still going to be on YouTube as always, so absolutely tickety-boo there. But this is just something that we're really excited about. It's a brand new product. Well, I say brand new. It's pretty much brand new to the UK market. The Red Men are on there as well. The Anfield Rap are on there. And of course, now Anfield Agenda are on there. So, really proud to be hooking up with Hot Mic. Again, use the code Anfield Agenda when signing up. It is absolutely free. Give us a follow on there as well. If you've any questions, please do feel free to hit myself and Connor up. If you're in our Discord group, of course, then you can hit us up in there. Right, what have we got? Good evening to you, Dave Smith, as well. Am I late? Apologies. Owen, don't you ever apologise, mate. Don't you ever apologise, sir. It's great to have you with us, mate. It really is. Right, so combined 11 with this Liverpool team and the 99 United team. I seen that, David Wright, on Sky, and it made me cringe, mate. I fucking hate those combined 11 things because all they ever end up in is arguments. But that's kind of what anybody who puts these up want, because argument drives comments, which drives clicks, which drives shares, which just makes everything work. So I understand why people do it. I don't really give a fuck about the 99 Manchester United team. Leon reckons, he's a United fan, Leon reckons that they're better than this Liverpool team. I don't know, mate. I suppose history and time will tell. Nobody can take away from that treble that United won in 99. Credit where it's due. It was a tremendous treble. Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup. I won't belittle that achievement, mate. But this Liverpool team are pretty fucking special. That much I will say. Dylan said, I was actually watching some of the Championship and lower league, some good football, but Liverpool for life. I was watching the Brentford Leeds game, actually, before I came on to do the stream. And it was decent football, yeah. A little bit away from the Premier League. I mean, the top of the Premier League level, but decent nonetheless. What's up with the contract with VVD? Get there. We'll get there, mate. Don't worry about it. Just give me a minute or two. I promise you. It's good news. It's good news. Do I know if True Geordie's kickoff is on Hot Mic? I mean, why don't you just come and kick me in the balls? Zepto Gamer like, hey Craig, you know that thing that you're talking about? Yeah, well fuck you, mate. I want to know, is True Geordie on there? No, in answer to your question, he isn't on there. So we're early adopters of this technology, so I'm hoping that we get your support on there as well. I know a lot of you guys watch our watch-alongs and often at times try and sync up our commentary. Well, with this, seamless, absolutely seamless. Any questions, of course, the guys are always there at Hot Mic for support. We're there as well if you guys have anything. What's Hot Mic? Is it a podcast thing? It just allows, you know when you do watch along Station Bullies and you've got my match commentary on here. Well, you can use Hot Mic and sync up your television to our commentary so there's no delay. It's absolutely tickety-boo. What have we got? Megasting, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my friend. Megasting 1981, the newest member to the family. What do I prefer, Nike or Adidas? sorry Dylan, I know Nike are the new kit manufacturers and all, and I'm sure they're going to make amazing stuff, and I will be buying loads of Nike stuff, but I'm an Adidas fanboy, big time, mate. Looking forward to the hot mic commentary for the game, said Video Brian. Thank you. And I'm also delighted to announce that not only are we doing the Norwich game, not only are we doing the Atletico game as well, we're going to do another Champions League game for you guys on the channel here and on Hot Mic. We're going to do the Spurs versus Leipzig game as well. We're going to do a watch along of that on Anfield Agenda on both YouTube and on Hot Mic. So again, we're upping our output for you guys as well. No more Martin Tyler. Exactly, Casper. There you go, my friend. No more Martin Tyler. Full on Liverpool bias commentary from yours truly. Score on Saturday night to Kieran Bailey. Ooh, 3-1, mate. This is my usual, isn't it? I usually give the home team a goal. I go 3-1. Darryl Brennan's a Nike fan. What defender has been linked to Liverpool? By the way, love your channel. Thank you, Gammon Ed. A couple of defenders, mate. It's not just one, there's been a few. So we spoke at the start of the stream about Liverpool apparently having an interest and sending scouts to watch Benfica's 22-year-old defender, Ruben Dias, who's also being linked with, I think, Dortmund, Manchester City, and is apparently one of Jose Mourinho's top targets to bring into Spurs. So you've got that one there. And then there's another one that we've been linked to, and this comes via Gazzetta dello Sport, and they reckon Liverpool have joined a growing list of Europe's top clubs that are interested in Hellas Verona's 20-year-old centre-back, Marash Kumbula. Again, you know me in pronunciations, ladies and gentlemen. All day I've been looking at this going, oh, bollocks, you're going to have to pronounce this guy's name later on, you're going to make a mess of it. So once again, Liverpool have been linked with a growing list of other European clubs to Hellas Verona's 20-year-old centre-back, Marash Kumbula. The Albanian international, who was born in Italy, is believed to be valued at around the €30 million mark by his club. Again, I'm sure that there's some Serie A fans who will have watched this guy playing that will be able to fill me in, because you know me, I do watch a lot of football, but I'm fucked if I'm going to lie to you and say I'm out there watching Hellas Verona centre back. I mean, do you know what I mean? Vinny said, is Sadio back in full training? Yes, he is, mate, and that's brilliant, and it's looking like there'll be some good news for the weekend with regards to Sadio. I know a lot of you guys want to know about the Virgil van Dijk situation, and I'm not going to keep you waiting much longer. Don't you worry about that. We'll get into the whole Van Dijk situation, but again, it's good news. It's good news. According to Football Insider, there's going to be a brand new £50 million deal on the way for Liverpool's colossal centre-back Virgil van Dijk. They reckon the big Virg is currently on around 125 grand a week with add-ons and bonuses, but this new deal would dwarf that, and nobody can say it isn't deserved. Absolutely nobody can say it isn't deserved. Brilliant news. We want to see this. We've got our front three tied down to new deals. We've got Matip tied down to a new deal. It's great news to hear that Virgil van Dijk is close, or could be close, to agreeing a new deal with Liverpool Football Club, if of course these stories are to be believed. And why wouldn't they be believed? I mean, yeah, he's deserving of it. He is, in my opinion, the best centre-back in the world. Should have won the Ballon d'Or in many of our opinions last year. As great as Lionel Messi is, for me, I stand over this. Nobody was better than Virgil van Dijk in the world last year. So the thoughts of him signing a new deal is absolutely fucking amazing. And I'm sure that you guys will agree with me that 50 million for Virgil van Dijk over the course of his new contract is very, very well deserved. I mean, I don't give a shit what we pay him. David Wright said, David Wright has joined. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy, the newest member. John Hamilton said all the team is tied down to 23, 24. Exactly, mate. So many of our big players tied down to new deals as well. Divock Origi, let's not forget, signed a new deal when his contract was coming to an end as well. Joel Matip, our front three. There's loads of talk around Gini Wijnaldum possibly signing a new deal soon as well. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Daisha Bullies, I've answered the hot mic thing, mate, on a couple of occasions, and I don't want to just pound people with it on the stream, so I'll talk about it a little bit later on. But yeah, just go over there, mate. Download the app onto your phone or iPad or whatever it is. Make sure to use the code Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word, and give us a follow on there. What have we got? Are there any foreign statues at Anfield? No. Next? Well, no. Well, it depends what you call foreign, mate. Isn't it? We call it Scottish foreign. 50 million a year? No. Fastest reads it. No, mate. It would be 50 million over the course of the Liverpool contract. And I don't know. I'm presuming it will be another 5-year deal. So what's that? 10 million a year? 200 grand a week, maybe something along those lines, I think, if my maths is correct. Sam Allardyce said Liverpool are a long ball team. Yeah, Sam Allardyce drinks pints of gravy. There you go. So fuck Sam Allardyce and his Liverpool are a long ball team. That's just a simplistic way of looking at it. He can talk out of his hole. Look at the goal that was disallowed for offside against Southampton. Look at that beautiful pass and move and tell me that Liverpool are a long ball team. So if Sam Allardyce said that, and I don't know if he did or not, it might be hard to hear through the googling of gravy in his face. But yeah, if he did, then who gives a shit what Allardyce has to say? He's irrelevant at this point. Subi, good night, mate. I'll talk to you soon. George said, Craig, joined at the weekend, mate. Can I get a shout out? Of course you can. George Ruckert, welcome, buddy. Great to see you as part of the Anfield Agenda family. Thank you for signing up to a membership, buddy. Just hope we don't do the full season unbeaten, but the league is first and foremost. Just hope we can do. Excuse me, Kate. Kate said, just hope we can do the full season unbeaten, but the league is first and foremost. We've already got 19 followers signed up on Hot Mic, which is absolutely amazing. Like, considering we just started this today, we haven't even done a broadcast on it yet. Brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm surprised Sheffield first time in the Champions League if they come fourth. Do you know what? They won't. As much, look, I'm in awe of Chris Wilder and Sheffield United as much as the next guy or the next lady, but I can't see them breaking the top four. I really can't. If they can pinch a European place, that is exceeding expectations massively, and fair play to them. And Chris Wilder definitely should be in the conversations around Manager of the Year, but for me, mate, I can't see them taking a top four place. I just can't. Keane said, just followed on Hot Mic, can't wait for the game. Thank you, Keane. And as I said earlier, it's beautiful because it's free for you, it's free for us. This is a win-win for everyone. What have we got? XX Keane 025 wants to know, will Mbappe move to Liverpool in the summer? Keane, mate, I'd love to be on here and say yes to you, but I'd probably be lying. None of us know what the future really holds, mate, but it would be a massive shock if Kylian Mbappe came to Liverpool. Massive, for varying reasons. Excuse me, is he a great player? Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. Casper said, Craig, you're the best YouTuber I know. Thank you, mate. I'll take that one. Joel said, what is Hot Mic? Right, one more time, because I know a lot of people are coming in late, and I've loads of stuff to get through on tonight's stream. So, Hot Mic is a brand new app that allows you to sync your favourite commentator, so in this case, us, hopefully, sync our commentary direct to your television. All you do is download the app, make sure that you put in Anfield Agenda in all caps when you sign up. Go in, pick the game that you want to listen to. Now look, it does loads of sports on there. So you've got boxing, you've got American football, you've got soccer, if you want to call it that. Football, to us normal human beings. You've got every sport that you can think of on there. They even have the Oscars that they did the other night as well that people commented on. So you go on there, you pick the event that you want to sync up. You pick the broadcaster, pick the broadcaster you want to listen to, in this case, hopefully us. Click on that, and then there'll be a button when the game starts, or when the game's about to start, that says sync. You click that, it listens to your television, and then syncs up my commentary, or whoever the broadcaster you want to pick's commentary, direct to your mobile device. It's absolutely free. It's amazing. It could be a game changer, and we're proud to say that we're one of the early adopters of the technology. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And could be a massive game changer, this all around, really. This could be the next big step in fan broadcasting. Do I watch Formula 1? I'd watch a little bit. My little dude absolutely loves it, mate. Absolutely loves Formula 1. Okay. Good man, Craig. It's football, not soccer. It fucking absolutely is football, Shay. You're right, mate. What have we got? Somebody saying we're sponsored. Hot Mic is a good sponsorship. No, we're not sponsored by them, mate. No, not at all. No, not sponsored at all. Just proud to be working with them, to be on the platform. Will Gerrard take over from Klopp as manager? I doubt it. Not until he needs to prove himself. I mean, we're talking 2024 for Klopp. It's possible, but he needs to get better experience than Rangers, and he needs to prove himself. I mean, he shouldn't just get the job because he's Steven Gerrard, and I don't think he will. But don't rule out Pep Linders. We spoke about this before. Don't rule out the possibility of Pep Linders perhaps stepping up as well. I mean, ideally we all want to see Stevie G, but I think you have to push aside sentiment, and it's got to be done on merit. Craig would take Chan, but not Phil. I don't want either of them, Callum. I mean, Emre Can's gone to Dortmund. He can fuck off. Felipe Coutinho, look, we all loved him when he was here. There's no denying that the guy's an uberly talented footballer, but he made his bed, chose the fact that he wanted to go to Barcelona, forced his way out of the club, Hasn't worked out from there. Doesn't seem to be working out too well from as things stand at Bayern Munich. So yeah, for me, no. What have you got? Evening, John Cable. How are you, buddy? Sky got too greedy and became unaffordable. I hear you. There was actually, Connor sent me something earlier on that intrigued me. Let me try and find this now. So there's talk that the Premier League could be launching their own streaming service. So we spoke about La Liga TV being available and that you can get every La Liga game on that. Well, Connor sent me something earlier on that showed that the Premier League are thinking of doing something really similar, but I want to find the information so I don't give you guys any misinformation. God almighty, me and Connor do half send each other a load of WhatsApps every day. Where is it? Jesus, these are all today. Christ almighty. Where is it? Can't find it. Where the hell did Connor send this to me? Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, sorry, I can't find it off the top of my head. But anyway, it is reported that the Premier League are going to be looking at a streaming service maybe as early as 2022, I believe. It will be overseas first by the looks of things. And for anybody wondering about why it might be overseas, I gather it's to do with the rights. Because if we all know, they've sold the rights over here to Sky and BT and Amazon for the next few years. So they're going to have to wait till they either come to a deal with those guys or basically that they can just wait for the next rights to come through. And it's much easier to do for the overseas because you've already got access to all the games. If you're in America, for instance, and you're a Liverpool fan, I believe you can see every single Premier League game. Connor's just sent me the image. Good man, Connor. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Right, so here we go. So this comes from, I think this one comes from Facebook. So the Premier League's new CEO, Richard Masters, has revealed that they're actively working on plans to launch a Netflix-style digital streaming channel called Over the Top, selling live games direct to fans, which could start as early as 2022. Overseas firstly, then if that's a success everywhere else. No more signing up for BT, Sky, etc. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it seems that that's where we should be getting to with regards to the future of football. I'm really excited about the thoughts of it eventually. I mean, none of us in the UK and Ireland, and I can't speak for elsewhere in the world because I don't know what way television rights are where you live. But for us, it's really frustrating that as a Liverpool fan or a Manchester United fan or a Chelsea fan or whoever you support, that you can't watch every single one of your club's games. It's mental. Now, I know it's done so there's a share of revenue to all Premier League clubs. Everybody gets a certain amount of games on their television. Everybody gets a few bob. I get that. But in this day and age of fan content, of Liverpool being where they are, the Premier League being the package that it is, the biggest league in the world, I think this is the direction that we've got to be moving in. Surely there has to be a way that you can buy, as Elijah John 5 has said there, a season ticket to watch every Liverpool game, or a season ticket to watch United games, or just a season ticket to watch every fucking Premier League game, which is what we all really want. I mean, let's be honest about it. I know that people go about watching football in different ways these days. I know some of you do. You know what I'm talking about. I know some of you like myself and Connor and all have Sky and BT subscriptions. But yeah, this does seem to be the future. So we'll see where it goes, and we'll see how quickly, if it does come in by 2022 overseas, and then of course we'll be asking you guys for your feedback on that as well. Craig, do you think we should have our own league because nobody can match us? No, mate. I mean, look, let's not get arrogant about it. We're fucking great at the minute, and we look like we could be great for many years to come, but it took us quite a while to get up here, mate. So I suppose we should really have some humility and grace while we're here. We're massive. WFM all over the shop, mate. Question, Craig, do we want Coutinho? Answer, for me, no. Classic Craig. Great play on words, and he didn't even spot it. Oh, mate, I don't spot half the shit that comes out of my mouth. You know what I mean? I do half talk a load of geek on here at times. What's the news with Virgil van Dijk? It's good news, Cool Raid. Football Insider suggests that Virgil van Dijk is going to agree a new £50 million deal at Liverpool Football Club. Now, that £50 million will of course be over the length of his contract, if that's to be believed. Currently he's on around 125k a week with add-ons and bonuses, so this would bring him up to around the 200 grand mark if my maths are correctly. are correct. Craig, give yourself a slap there, mate. There you go. I deserve that slap. Dennis Reedy said, followed AA on Hot Mic. Thank you very much, mate. Boya said, I'm in favour. Haven't renewed my Sky in 4 years. Absolutely a rip-off. Only have BT Sports through broadband. Yeah, it's expensive. I think my package, mate, is about... And I have a discount on this now because, you know me, I like to strike a deal. I think my package, I pay about 180 or 190 euro a month for my broadband and my Sky and my BT and all the football stuff that comes... my Premier Sports, all that stuff. It's about 180, 190 quid a month. And then if I watch a boxing event that's on box office or something, it easily goes up over 220 quid a month. So yeah, it's a lot of money that us football fans spend. And I spend all that money and you guys spend all that money to get abused by some fuckers to be told that you're a stay-at-home fan that sits on the couch. We spend a lot of money to be one of those fans. I can promise you that, and I know you guys are in the same boat. The Revenite with the WFM emojis all over the shop, buddy. Love it. Fastest Region said, have you seen bald Neymar? No. I try and stay away from anything Neymar related, mate, because I despise the fool. I fucking hate Neymar. He annoys me because he's got all the skill in the world, but doesn't put in the work. Doesn't have the attitude of a Lionel Messi. Doesn't have the attitude of a Virgil van Dijk. Doesn't have the attitude of a Cristiano Ronaldo. And that pisses me off because if he had a Messi Ronaldo attitude, Neymar's his talent is there to see. Nobody's going to deny that. Craig, did you hear Ramos's comments on Liverpool? I didn't, Ibrahim, but it better be, I wish I was a Liverpool player. I wish I worked for Jurgen Klopp. I wish I got to play week in and week out at Anfield. Anything other than that, I don't really care what that elbowing, cheating little prick has to say about Liverpool Football Club. Mega Sting said, Norwich match is danger of being postponed due to weather. Klopp doesn't like the wind, as we know. Yeah, mate, it's not going to be called off with the weather. I think it should be well cleared up by then. And we know the Manchester City game obviously was called off, but that's not because of the pitch or anything. I think that was due to the safety concerns for those attending the game. That game has been rescheduled, actually, I think somebody said. They refused to play it this weekend, by the way. So, do you know, they talk about us disrespecting the league and all that shit. Well, you know what I mean? How is it when the shoe's on the other foot, motherfuckers? The City game is fixed for tomorrow week against West Ham. Thank you, buddy. A fan is a fan. Chair or season ticket, a fan is a fan. Exactly, Kate. Nobody, and we did a piece on this the other night, mate. Nobody should tell you, one, how much you should love the club, how little you should love the club, how much you should watch, how entitled you are to watch. Fuck them. Craig, have you seen the Virgil van Dijk has made the most passes in the Premier League so far with Trent second and Lewis Dunk third? I did not see that stat, but that is interesting, Rachel. Thank you. And Robbo was fourth. Still haven't forgiven Ramos, said Rabadan. Never forgive him, mate. Never. He's a shithouse of the highest order. Is the news gone around the Annie Road regeneration sound? I don't know what news you're talking about, Stephen, but we're definitely looking to redo the plans for the Anfield Road end. They've let the pre-existing planning permission run out. I think it was September when that ran out. And there's talk of doing like a mini main stand version of the Annie Road end and increasing capacity by another 7,000 or so, mate. But we're going to have to wait and see when them plans come out. There's the stuff that's happening right now, obviously, is the training facility being built at Kirby. And Connor sent me something on that as well, actually, which was very interesting. So let me just give you guys a little read of this. This came via James Pearce, apparently, about the training complex in Kirby. So it's been designed at Klopp's request, so the youngsters in the development squad don't automatically have access to the designated first team areas. The manager wants them to have to earn the right to be allowed into that part of the building or to that side of the building. That's the next step that they have to take through hard graft. I fucking love Jurgen Klopp, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. I love that he's bringing them together, but still, they got to earn that right. They got to earn the fact to get up there and be in and around the first team. It's not just handed to them on the plate. I love it. Absolutely love it. Mane straight in for Saturday for me. Cape Town Muslim, 100%, mate. 100%. Has anyone ever told you look like Gru from the Minions? Yes, mate. Loads of people. Gru, Dara O'Brien, Uncle Fester, the White Malteser. I've had them all, buddy. I've had them all thrown at me. Should we rest players for Norwich? No. Mate, we're coming off the back of a winter break right now. They've had the rest. We should be going full strength. And interestingly, Connor's been on fire today, by the way, sending me stuff. Would you believe that so far this season... Where is it? Where is it? Where has it gone? He sent me something really, really interesting earlier on, and I'm just trying to find the link to it. He doesn't have to send me a load of shite each day, Crosby, but if you pick in amongst that shite, you get some gems from time to time. Right, so far this season, Liverpool haven't been able to start Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Hendo, Gini, Salah, Mane and Firmino in a game. Imagine that. Basically, what we would consider maybe our strongest 11 or one of our strongest 11, and we haven't been able to start those 11 together yet, or at least we haven't started those 11 together yet in a league game this campaign. How mad is that? What forfeit are you doing when we win the league? I will decide that when it's done, mate. We'll come up with something, don't worry. I'll embarrass the shit out of myself. Brian wants basically me to eat a chili and be shit in flames for a long time. That's what Brian Morrissey wants. Being a fan does not mean you have to have the accent. Of course not, mate. No. Absolutely not. Just considering we play on Tuesday against Atletico. Yeah, well, what have we got? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, mate. So I know we have to travel as well, Zepto Gamer, so I get where you're coming from. But now I think we're alright. And this will be one of the first times in a long time that our injury list is very, very small. A lot of players coming back. But with that, it looks like Atletico have had a little bit of good news as well from their side ahead of the game against Liverpool. So again, let me just pull up my notes on this so I don't make a boo-boo. It looks like João Felix and Alvaro Morata could potentially be available for the game against the Reds on Tuesday. And some reports are even going as far as to say Diego Costa might be ready for that game. Now, Atletico have a load of players that are currently out injured. The thing that makes this funny to me is how many times have we seen players rushed back for big games and it doesn't quite work out. They're not match fit. So I'm not that worried about this, if I'm being honest with you. It's going to be a difficult game no matter what 11 that he put out, because travelling to the Wanderers Metropolitano in a Champions League game against a Diego Simeone team, you know you're going to have to work hard that night. It's going to be a difficult game, but we've got Norwich first. I just wanted to give you that bit of news on the Atleti players because I seen it earlier on. I thought you guys would be interested in it. Do you think Klopp will play Jimmy, Hendo and Gini in the Champions League? No, I don't. I don't know what he'll go with, Scotty, but I don't. I think... I don't know. Would he go with Chamberlain? Look, I suppose we'll know more when we see the 11 that he puts out against Norwich. We might have a better idea then. Felix is a B-Tech Macheda. I think João Felix is a wonderful footballer, Leon, if I'm being honest, mate. I mean, he's still very, very young. It's going to take time for him to settle in to the La Liga and Atletico's way of playing. But yeah, they rolled the dice massively there. There's a big transfer for them bringing in João Felix. Did you see Pochettino was spotted at the Brentford Leeds game? Yeah, he was speaking as well about the fact that he'd love to come back and manage in the Premier League, Cormac, and that worries me a little bit because that has me thinking that possibly he's looking at the Manchester United job. Now, of course, I could be putting 2 and 2 together here and coming up with 7, but yeah, I don't think Solskjaer is going to last past the end of the season. I think United would love to have Pochettino as their manager. And I think if they did bring in Pochettino, I'd be a lot more worried about United and their rebuild than I am now, put it that way. Callum said, Craig, if you could win the league on a game that's not live, will they change it to live? I honestly have no idea, Callum. I mean, it's going to be live somewhere in the world, mate, no matter what, but I can promise you one thing, buddy. We will be covering the game, no matter where it is, come hell or high water. Anfield Agenda will be covering that game. You can bet your ass that one. As I said, ladies and gents, you've got loads of watchalongs coming up as well here on Anfield Agenda over the next 10 days or so. We've got the Norwich game on Saturday. We've got the Atletico game coming up on Tuesday. And we're also, as a little bit of a bonus, we're going to go on Timo Werner watch. And we're going to do the Spurs against Leipzig game on Wednesday night as well. Which all of those you'll be able to see here on the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. And of course, as I said earlier on, we're proud to say that you'll be able to listen and watch them all as well on Hot Mic, which is a fantastic new app that we spoke about earlier on in the stream as well. Link in the description below if you want to sign up to Hot Mic. Make sure to use the code Anfield Agenda, all capitals when you're signing up on there. And give us a follow as well. And it's free for you, it's free for us. It's a win-win. Is the deal done? Said Noah. Is that in regards to Big Verge, mate? If so, no, not technically. No, there's been no confirmation of it, but it is starting to be talked about more and more and more, as well as the one for gini wijnaldum. Will the Champions League match be difficult for Liverpool? Yes, it will, mate. I think we'll get through over 2 legs. Having the second leg at Anfield is massively beneficial. Craig, I drink 7 pints a day. Is that bad? I don't know, Leon. Ask your doctor, mate. I'm not a medical professional. I don't want to give out any medical advice to people. I hope that you're okay and that you're healthy, mate. But other than that, it isn't really my place to say. Do you think Klopp will be the new Sir Alex to stay for 15 years? I don't think he will stay for 15 years, mate. I hope he does. Don't get me wrong. Christ, I'd love him to. But as we know, as things stand, Klopp has signed a contract extension that will keep him here until 2024. And in this day and age, being at a football club that long is very rare. So let's just look forward to the next 4 years with Kloppo. Poch to United is as done as Liverpool within this league, said Kay Hanna. I would guess probably so, behind it all. I really would. Stephen Robinson said, great show tonight, Craig. It's like being cuddled by 34,100 friends. Thank you, mate. That's really nice. That's a really nice way of putting it. Thank you very much, Stephen. Ladies and gents, if you are enjoying the stream, perhaps you're new to the channel, firstly, welcome. Great to have you with us. Please do take a second, hit that subscribe button, give the stream a thumbs up as well. Keep your comments coming. For those of you that aren't aware, the channel now is able to offer memberships as well, starting from just 99p or 99 cent, depending on what part of the world that you live in. For 99 cent, you get to use all the cool emojis that you've seen people use on the stream tonight. So it's the WFM, the goal emoji, the Klopp emoji, the Craig emoji, all the emojis that Connor has designed for our members to use here. You'll also get the Anfield Agenda logo beside your name. To me, your name will appear in green on my screen, which makes it easier for me to pick out your comments as well. And for those of you that have already signed up, thank you. But there's also a $4.99 membership, which is called our Anfield Agenda Ultras membership. And for that, you get everything that we spoke about before, as well as getting the access to our Discord group, which is what we use basically to give you guys a heads up about what we're going to be talking about on the channel. Do some interactive stuff on there offline. Get your opinions on the stuff that you want to see. But yeah, it just gives you access to us, I suppose, when we're not streaming. Okay, what else have we got? Why do people underestimate Liverpool? Because they're foolish, I suppose, mate. I'm a United fan. I hate Liverpool fans, but I like you. I'm glad that you like me, mate. Thank you. And like everybody else, you're very welcome to the stream, mate. All that we ask anybody that comes in is that you treat everyone with respect, and you'll get that respect back from us 10 times over. Next season will be, what have we got? Next season will be a race again. Probably City, Liverpool will have pushed from 90 to 100. It is mad, isn't it, that we're in a position now where like 90 to 95 points might not win you a Premier League title. How fucking nuts is that? Like, we know firsthand, losing out last year to Manchester City, we got 97 points, City got 98. Do you know what I mean? It's getting to a point now where you're nearly having to break 100 points to win the Premier League. That's the level the clubs are having to perform to right now. So what Manchester City done and what this Liverpool team are doing, it just shouldn't be underestimated. It is ridiculous the level that these two clubs have performed at over the past few seasons. It's mental. Lens-based media said, interesting interview with Liverpool's ex-throw-in coach online today. Was chatting about how the main aim was to increase everyone's power for super long throws, but to retain possession once taken. Yeah, it's we were kind of laughed at by some people, mate, but I agree with Kloppo on this. At top level sports, any marginal gain that you can get has to be looked at and has to be taken. So I'm all for it. I don't hate Liverpool fans, but I hate Liverpool, said Leon Khan. Well, I can promise you, mate, we hate United as well. So we've got that in common, buddy, but you're a nice fella, and we enjoy having you in, Leon, so thank you. Do I think Liverpool can go unbeaten? We can, but I'm still not saying that we will. Joanne said, look on Discord. I will, Joanne, no problem. Let me just get Discord up right now. Okay, let me just refresh it. Right, so who sent me this? Douglas. About Coutinho, I don't look back. I took another path and now I'm on another journey, much like everyone else. I'm focused entirely, just like them, on reaching my dreams. I'm happy with what I did in the past and now I only look forward. Good. So we can absolutely put that one to bed then. No Felipe Coutinho coming back near Liverpool. Fucking tickety boo. That works for me. People trying to discredit our achievements, saying that the league is weak. Kevin, we've had things from hashtag tainted title. I'm sure you've seen that nonsense floating around. We've had people saying that it's the worst performing Premier League, which it isn't, by the way. People have written some really good articles that show that the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place teams are on similar points totals to other seasons. You've had them saying the VAR is the reason, which is of course complete nonsense as well. Craig, are you on Twitter? Technically, yes, but I'm reducing my time on Twitter dramatically, mate. If you want to give us a follow on Twitter, I'm on there at Anfield Agenda. Connor's on there as well, Mr. Connor Crosby. And you can see that there in the scrolling text at the bottom of the screen as well, if you want to give us a follow on there. And on Instagram as well, we're at Anfield Agenda, if you're on there. If you do want to, if you're reaching out on Instagram, be aware it's Connor you're chatting to on there. Instagram isn't for me. Connor runs the Instagram account. If I didn't support Liverpool, who would I support? I think probably Newcastle. I think we've talked about this before. Probably Newcastle, mate. I just think that they're a similar group. Really good, loyal fans. Yeah, I'll probably Newcastle. What do I think of Shaqiri? Asked Liam Coughlin. I think that for the money we paid for him, it was a 12.5, 13 million, Liam, something like that. I think it was a gamble that was very much worth taking. I always viewed him as an impact sub. I think he'll move on in the summer. I don't think it's really worked out for him at Liverpool for whatever reason, be those injuries, be those the fact that maybe the manager doesn't think he can rely on him. I don't know. I'd be guessing. But I would imagine he'll move on in the summer. We've seen links to Italy. We've seen talk of 30 million. And if that's the case, then I think it's beneficial for everyone. We will, of course, recoup their investment. Shaqiri will move on. He will have won a Champions League in the meantime. Yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody if that's the case. Whatever makes Jurgen Klopp happy is good for me. I just want what's best for the club. Oh, Liverpool doping as well. Yeah, I've seen that nonsense as well, Neil, before Klopp. I mean, like, they're not tested week in and week out. Where is the Jimmy Case emoji? Why the fuck would we make a Jimmy Case emoji? Do you think that that's really topical? Crispy Johnson, the people are on here looking for a Jimmy Case emoji. As amazing a player as Jimmy Case was, why would we have a Jimmy Case emoji? Ask yourself that. Come on, mate, be fair. There's also a Premier League trophy emoji that Connor has put on there this week as well that I hope you guys make good use of. Minamino's a perfect replacement to Shane Duffy. Minamino, here we go again. Wah wah, Salzburg, I will let you go. Yes, back singing. Look at that. The voice is back as shit as always, but without the cough, because the flu is finally fucking gone. Yeah, Minamino, mate, 7.25 million, Shane. Absolute bargain to bring into the club. And a player that the players themselves were talking about after the first game against Salzburg. They were really impressed with him. They were talking about him at Melwood. But little did they know that Jurgen Klopp, Michael Edwards and the Liverpool recruitment team were already working away on triggering that release clause in his contract and bringing him to Liverpool. Why did we not sign Dele Alli? Asked Casper. It depends who you believe, mate. I've heard things from the deal was almost done to bring him to Liverpool and something was changed right at the last minute from our side that they weren't happy with, something to do with his wages being X amount, and then when he arrived to sign the deal it said it was X amount including bonuses. But the truth is, I don't know. We were interested in him. We were very close to signing Dele Alli, if you're to believe most reports around that time, but he went to Spurs. For whatever reason, I don't know the honest reason for that. All I can tell you is the things that I've read and heard. One day he's going to learn the words. Brian, you're very bitchy lately, mate. Is something up with you, mate? Do you need a hug? I don't know, mate. You seem to be very narky towards people these days. Just have some fucking fun, buddy. And I don't give a fuck about the words. I make up my own words to everything. I get the words wrong to every song. I get people's name wrong. But you know what? It's part of the fun. What else we got? 30 years, it's time to release the beast. Damn right it is. Craig's greatest hits now available. Imagine the state of that. Driving along in your car and then listening to this bald Irish twat singing nonsense. Ali's a BTEC Lingard. He isn't really, to be fair. He's much better footballer than Jesse Lingard is or will ever be. Let's be fair about it. Right, so the Echo have reported that 17-year-old Scouser Leighton Stuart has signed his first professional contract at the club. So congratulations to him on signing his first professional deal. I'm always happy to see the youngsters coming through, and great news indeed. So well done to Leighton, and yeah, I wish him all the best with his future at the club. What else we got? Craig, supposedly Ali was supposed to meet Gerrard when Rodgers was manager but forgot. I don't know, Ant. I guess we'd just be guessing, mate. I mean, what we do know for certain is he's a Spurs player. He would have done really well at Liverpool, Dele Alli, though. There's no denying that. Positive vibes only, said Viral Mania. Exactly. Let's keep. Rachel said Craig sing Bohemian Rhapsody. Mamma Mia! No, absolutely not. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, here we go. Magnifico! I am just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, spurring this life from this monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let it go? He's me lock, no! No, I'm not singing it, Rachel. I'm not a dancing monkey. What have you got? L5 star vlogs. You just subbed. Brilliant, mate. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. 22 points clear, said Brad. You know it. You know it, my friend. Craig? Who the fuck is Craig? You think I'd know my own name, at least, wouldn't you? Craig, we're reportedly planning on making our big signing Chukwueze in the summer. We spoke about that last night, Shay, on the stream, that we've been linked with a 35 million euro move for Villarreal, Samuel Chukwueze. We've been linked to him for a couple of windows, mate, and let's not forget he'll be off to the AFCON as well. So if we were to sign Chukwueze, we'd have Salah, Mane, maybe Keita and Chukwueze all heading off to the AFCON. I don't know, mate. I don't know. He's definitely somebody that we've been linked with. I don't know if it's lazy journalism or not. And I don't know if we could call him our big signing. But look, I've always said, whoever Jurgen Klopp and this recruitment team want, who are we to second guess them? They get it right all the time. I love how upbeat you are. Thank you, mate. I mean, how could I not be? I'm on here, as somebody said earlier on, with 34,000 friends getting a big virtual hug. I love it. I love doing this. This makes my day. Who do you think will win the Champions League this year? Us. Of course, mate. No, look, it's going to be difficult as always. To retain it is extremely difficult. It's an open competition. I mean, I think it's between Liverpool and City. If I'm being honest, I think they're the two strongest teams in it. You can never rule out Barcelona, you can never rule out Real Madrid, but they aren't the same clubs at the same level that they were in previous years. I would say that we would rightly be talked about as favourites. I think that would be fair to say. If City put a run together and held their nerve, and play their best football, they could be there or thereabouts as well. Youth going to be important in the future, said Shane. Absolutely, Shane, mate. Absolutely. And we're blessed that we have some really good young prospects. Dortmund aren't going to win it. Not a fucking chance that Borussia Dortmund win this. Their defence is too leaky. Going forward, Dortmund are as good as anybody else, and the signing of Haaland is amazing, mate. But if you watch them, their goalkeeper isn't good enough, and their defence is really, really leaky. They can be got at quite easily, Dortmund. I just think on their night, they could blast anybody away. I won't deny that. I just don't think that they can be consistent enough to win the Champions League yet. But a very young team, full of potential. You can't rule out United. We can absolutely rule out United, because they're not even in the fucking Champions League, mate. So we can defo rule out United. Connor said that he reckons Dortmund will knock out PSG. There's some really entertaining games coming up in the Champions League. So obviously our game against Atleti. Then we've got the Spurs Leipzig game, which we're also covering here on the channel, which is good news, I hope. And on Hot Mic as well. Yeah, so yeah, loads of good ties. PSG Dortmund, as Connor was saying as well. What about PSG? Nah, I don't think they can win the Champions League. I think that what will stop PSG is what has probably stopped them for all these years. They just don't get enough competition week in and week out. And when it comes time to really step up in the Champions League, they seem to be lacking. They seem to come up short all the time. And my only guess is because of that lack of competition that they get week in and week out in the French League. That's my only guess at it. Would I take Coutinho back? No. I wouldn't, mate. And we just read out something there a while ago. Apparently, something from Coutinho that says he doesn't look back either. So that's good for everyone. What other hobbies do I have? Not many. I'm quite boring, to be honest, buddy. I watch a shit ton of sports. Obviously, I've got a young autistic son that I help my wife take care of and have fun with, and try and make our little dude's life as enjoyable as possible. He's amazing, by the way. Lucas is a fucking head case, and I mean that in the nicest way. We've got a 15-year-old daughter as well. So apart from being a parent, mate, and doing this and watching as much sport as I do, I don't really have time for many other hobbies. Listen to a load of podcasts. That's about it. I'm quite boring, really. Can't see any team beating us over two legs, said Vinny. Nor can I. If I'm being honest, Vinny, mate, nor can I. A final, a one-off event, anything is possible. But it's going to take one hell of a team to put us out over two legs, definitely. Loads of people backing Dortmund to destroy PSG over two legs. Interesting stuff. Don't think Real Madrid or Barcelona will get a sniff in the Champions League, said Ian Greenstreet. I think you're probably right, Ian, mate. I think City will knock out Real Madrid over two legs. Who was it the Barca got? I can't remember who Barca are playing in the Champions League off the top of my head, but I've watched a lot of Barca this season and they just don't look right at the minute. Obviously, they've got no Dembele. He looks like he's out for 6 months, I think Connor said to me. Luis Suarez is out at the minute as well. Antoine Griezmann is overhyped crap. They're just not the team that they once were. So yeah, they're eminently beatable as well, as we showed last year at Anfield. Okay, Napoli, that's who they're playing, is it? Napoli, yeah, they'll beat Napoli. To be fair, Napoli are a bit of a shambles at the minute. I don't know what's going on at Napoli, but yeah, it's not working out for Napoli at the minute. But then again, they might lift a game in the Champions League. You never know, stranger things have happened. Who would have thought that Roma would have knocked Barcelona out the year before? Craig, do you think in a few years you could put VVD in the bracket of some of the best defenders of all time? Without a shadow of a doubt, Andrew. Without a shadow of a doubt, mate. Look, it's easy for us as Liverpool fans to get carried away with Virgil van Dijk and talk about quite how good he is. And he is amazing. But yeah, you're right, mate. We still have, 5-6 years, maybe a few more to enjoy watching Virg. And he will go down in the pantheon of greats, without a shadow of a doubt. And rightly so. Favourite darts player? Right now, I wouldn't call him my favourite darts player, but I love the fact that Gerwin Price is a moody little shit. I love that about him. I like watching Michael Smith as well when he's on his game, but it's got to be MVG, hasn't it? Surely it's got to be Van Gerwen. Delighted that Peter Wright won it this year, but yeah, it's got to be MVG. Apparently they found aliens. Nice. Tell them to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and tell those aliens to go over to Hot Mic as well, and make sure to use the code Anfield Agenda, all caps, when they're signing up to Hot Mic, and follow us. Because the more aliens that we can get following us on there and on here, the better for everybody. I mean, aliens are welcome on Anfield Agenda. Tenerife or Gran Canaria, what's best? Well, I've only been to Tenerife, so I'll go with Tenerife. You look like your favourite dart player. I fucking wish I had Michael Van Gerwen's ability or money, mate. One or the other. Dortmund only wins if they score a lot of goals. Their defence is an absolute disgrace, said Benjamin. Yeah, their defence is very leaky, mate. No doubt about it. I feel like there's something that I'm missing that I was going to talk about on the stream that I've completely forgotten about. Done that one. No, do you know what? I think I've gone through everything. Loads of time left on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We've about 25 minutes to go tonight. So, again, keep your comments coming. Anything you want to talk about, the floor is yours. Hot Mic is proud to sponsor of World Domination. They don't sponsor us. It's really important that I put that out there. Yeah, we don't make money from working with Hot Mic. I mean, yes, there's money to be made from people watching us, signing up, subscribing and stuff over there, but they're not a sponsor of our channel. We just are really happy to be on that platform because we think it is the future. We think it is absolutely going to be massive and it's going to change the way sports broadcasting is done and bring the likes of ourselves, Anfield Rap, Redmen TV, whoever it might be, to bigger audiences around the world. And with us launching Crack on our second channel, and the fact that we're going to be covering non-Liverpool games as well from the summer onwards, it made sense for us to give it a bash on there as well. And by the way, there's a link to crack on in the description below as well if you haven't yet signed up. And subscribe to our second channel. We're going to be doing the Euros on there. We're going to be doing Champions League games, some La Liga games, a little bit of Serie A maybe, other Premier League games. Yeah, you're not going to get rid of us. You're not going to get rid of my bald head and my annoying voice, ladies and gents. Do you think we need a replacement for Milner in the future? Yes, but he has signed a new deal, Jamie. That's important to remember, mate. So we got Jimmy Milner for a little bit longer. And what a model professional he is. Craig, the more money you can make out of this channel, the better. You deserve it. Well, as I've always said, as things stand right now, myself and Connor have never taken a penny's wage from this channel. We've used money that we've earned for equipment and travel and things like that. But yeah, we're a long way from being able to make a living from any of our content, buddy. That's why working with the likes of Hot Mike is really big for us, because we've gotten in here early, and if this takes off the way we think it will, our family could be growing even bigger. Do you know what I mean? So look, if you do enjoy what we do, please hit the subscribe button. You know it by now. You know the spiel. Memberships are open on the channel here as well. And all your love and support means the world to us. I mean, to grow to 34,000 subscribers in under 2 years is more than we'd ever hoped for. So no matter what else happens, if it was all to end tomorrow and it went tits up, it's been great fun. It's been amazing to get to where we are. You're a lot closer than you think. Oh mate, we're a long way away. Trust me. Honestly, we're a small fish in a big pond, but we're doing our thing and having fun. What we got? Ibrahim said, Craig, he was asked if he would fancy Liverpool in the next round. He replied by saying, we're a bigger and better club and we should beat them. Who said that? Ibrahim, I'm lost, mate. If somebody said that about beating Liverpool, then they're talking out of their Swiss roll, mate. Do you think we need to sign a backup striker to Firmino? Yes, David, I do. I genuinely do. I love Divock Origi and I think he can be really impactful. It's still going to be interesting to see quite when Rhian Brewster will be ready to make a genuine push for the first team. Obviously his loan spell at Swansea for the rest of the season, and then we'll see what happens with him in the summer, if he comes straight back into the Liverpool first team or if he goes out to maybe a Premier League club on loan next year. Loads of talk about Timo Werner, and he's the obvious one. If I was to put my money on somebody now that I genuinely think would be interested in as a backup to Bobby Firmino, it would be Timo Werner for various reasons. His work rate is really good. He can play anywhere across the front three. He's a Ralph Rangnick disciple, if you want to put it that way. Came through that Leipzig system. Young, knows where the goal is, and works hard. So many pluses. Not the finished product, I would admit that, but with Klopp's coaching, I think there's an absolute world beater in there. I really do. Oh, Sergio Ramos said that. Ramos can do one, honestly. Nobody gives a fuck about Sergio Ramos anymore. His career is coming to an end. He's had a storied career, won lots of stuff, but he's an absolute shithouse of the highest order. What's the invite code for Hot Mike? It's Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word, Peter. Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word. Werner wouldn't be back up. See, this is where I think you're wrong. And this is where I'm going to explain why. So you guys talk about backup, but I don't really ever try to talk about things like that. I talk about rotation, because we've got, at the moment, let's say Bobby Firmino, Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, and they can't play 60 to 65 games a year. It's just not possible. So we need to have 4, 5, 6 first class, top level forwards to be able to rotate and allow these guys to have rest. So you might snigger and talk about backup there and say he won't be backup, but players need to be rotated. Everybody will get 30, 35 games. There is enough to go around for everybody. So he could well be backup. Bobby could be dropped a little bit deeper to play in the hole. We could have a tweak a system. It's not just as simplistic as looking at 11 players, because in this day and age, to challenge on as many fronts as Liverpool are looking to challenge on, you got to have 2 players for every position minimum. African Boy's a new subscriber. Welcome, mate. Thank you for joining. Great to have you with us. Werner will be top class for us, said Shay Trainer. If you asked every manager in the world who's the best player in the world is, who'd be first in your team, VVD is your man. Without a doubt, there isn't a manager in the world who wouldn't love to have Virgil van Dijk as their centre back. Not one. Those aliens were found in Corofin in Galway. Well, as long as they've subscribed, Dave, do you know what I mean? There's no use to us having aliens if they're not subscribing to the channel. What's more important, attitude or world-class abilities in a footballer? I'm asking because I feel people easily excuse disrespectful behaviour by world-class players. I suppose, Luxana, it depends what club you're in, what league you're in, what manager you have. So at Liverpool, there's nobody going to get away with diva-like behaviour. Jurgen Klopp won't put up with it. The fans won't put up with it. And a lot can be forgiven for having a good attitude. I mean, that's what we want. We want people to go out on the pitch and leave it all out there, give 100% every week and run themselves into the ground. And you'll win a lot of people over by having a good attitude, mate. So, at this football club, obviously you want a little bit of both, but as a manager, attitude's important. You don't want a diva in there that's going to destabilise the entire group, which is why I think Jurgen Klopp and his background team do so much research, not just into the footballing abilities of a player, but into their mental capabilities, their personality, their family life, all of that stuff in this day and age when you're looking at bringing in big money signings like that is really important. And I don't want any divas at our football club, and I'm sure you guys don't want any either. Connor said Mane is the GOAT. I love Sadio. Love him. My favourite player at the club, for anyone's interest, is Bobby Firmino. I've said this time and time again. There's nothing I don't love about that man. Heno said, going to Anfield for my second time since the first game back when the new stand opened. Nice one, mate. Enjoy. Always delighted to hear people get to a game at Anfield, mate. So well in. Enjoy it, buddy. Is Mane still injured? No, he's back training, Connor. He's was back training since yesterday. Will Mane start or be on the subs bench for Saturday? I'd imagine he's in contention to start, mate. I mean, I can't say who will or will not start, Ian. I mean, I'll have a crack at it later on in the week when we do our full Norwich preview show, but he's a naturally fit dude, so I'd imagine he should be pushing for a start. How could you not be a fan of the Beatles? I just don't like them, Connor. It's just not. I'm a massive fan of Oasis, who I absolutely know model themselves almost on the Beatles, but I just don't like the Beatles' music, mate. It's just, it's just not my cup of tea. Sorry, don't like them. We're getting Mbappe. You just have to close your eyes and believe. Said all the good names were taken. I love your username, mate. Well in. We're not. It would be great, but let's be fair, we probably aren't. Can you do a combined Liverpool team this year? No. I fucking detest combined teams, mate. All that they do is cause arguments. And Sky put this nonsense out today, I think it is, that has people talking about this Liverpool team and the United 99 team. I don't really care. If you want my answer, it'll be 11 Liverpool players, just because I couldn't give a shit about Manchester United. Who'd be the first player in your team? Firmino. 100%. Bobby Firmino would be the first name on my team sheet every single week. Imagine we used to have Lambert, Barini, Balotelli. Oh, Christian Poulsen as well, mate. I mean, we've gone through this a few times, Shane. There has been some dark days, buddy, but we are where we are now thanks to the owners, the manager, the recruitment team, and it's been a while getting here. But yeah, Liverpool are in a pretty good place right now. Do I listen to Coldplay? No, I don't. A bit too depressing for my liking. I've heard they're amazing live. I've heard people have gone to see them, think they're brilliant, but nah, not my cup. Ocean Colour scene, yes, that would be more up my street. Craig, do you think Keita will make it here? Said Brian King. At Liverpool, without a doubt, buddy. The only thing that's stopping him really is the injuries that he's picked up. It was always going to take him a while to get used to the physicality of the Premier League, a new country, a new culture, a new language, a new city, so many different things that he had to get used to. But we've seen what Naby Keita is capable of, and if he can keep fit and if he can put a run of games together, absolutely he'll make it at Liverpool. There's a world-class footballer there. Well, world-class, am I being a bit too... Maybe I'm being a bit too pre-complimentary with world-class, but there's an elite level footballer there that has the potential to become world-class. I think that's probably a fairer way of assessing it. Can you do a combined Liverpool 2019-2020 team? That's more up the street, Dave. That's it. I do one of those every week, mate. Caden needs a little bit of time. I mean, don't be comparing him to Fred Leon. I mean, do you know what I mean? He's a better footballer than Fred is. Let's be honest about it. A bit more on the front foot as well than Fred. Would you play the youth team for the rest of the leagues? No, absolutely not, mate. God, Jamie, no. I want us to win as many trophies as possible, mate. So I know where you're going, Jamie. I know where you're coming from. I don't mean to be disrespectful in my comments, but no, I want us to break 101 points, Jamie. I know if we do an invincible season, great, but for me, I would rather have the highest points total of any Premier League team in history than be invincible if I had one or the other. But I think we will be alright, mate, to rotate. And I agree with what you said. Trophies are how this team should be measured going forward. And there's a potential there. We're still in 3 trophies and we should try and win them all. No doubt about that whatsoever. But no, I want us to continue because winning's a habit. And I don't want us to let up at all. I want us to keep going full throttle right through to the end of the season. And just see what happens, I suppose, then. Yes, Casper, there will be a stream tomorrow, mate. We should be streaming pretty much every night, mate, this week, right through until... Maybe take Sunday off, but right through until the game on Saturday and the post-match show, yeah, we should be doing pretty much every night. Favourite Oasis song? I hope I think I know, or... What's difficult with this, like, I could pick about 20 of them. Sad song, that always resonated with me as well. Acquiesce. There's so many, man. I could just name them all. I don't like Cigarettes and Alcohol. Actually, Connor's named is his favourite. It's one of my least favourite Oasis songs, weirdly. Shane Duffy has exams tomorrow, mate. Good luck with your exams and make sure that you get enough rest and stuff beforehand, mate. It's really important to make sure you get enough sleep. Okay, what's my favourite film? I'm not really somebody that watches many films, Ibrahim. Some weird ones though. I mean, some weird ones spring to mind. Like, I know these are going to sound odd and people are going to think I'm strange, but I am. So, like, I love Jerry Maguire, going back all those years ago. Films like Glengarry Glen Ross, The Godfather, all the Godfathers. Boiler Rooms, just some strange films. Like, I like weird things, but usually it's stand-up comedy for me. If I have spare time and I'm not watching TV shows, if I'm not watching old American sitcoms, then I'm probably watching a stand-up comedy. Connor said he loves the new emoji, the Premier League trophy emoji. Yes, that is the newest one, mate, that we've added for members. So yeah, nice one. Glad you're enjoying it. Right, ladies and gents, we've got 10 minutes left on tonight's stream, so keep your comments coming. Goodfellas is a belter of a film, Kate. Good show. Favourite TV shows: Only Fools and Horses, Seinfeld, Eastbound and Down, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Fawlty Towers, a comedy basically for me. Although, to be fair, I mean, The Wire was absolutely amazing and is must-view television as well. Opinion on Bruno Fernandes gone to Manchester United. I can't believe it took them so long to get it done, mate. Let's put that out there first and foremost. I mean, I think Spurs were interested in him at one point. It remains to be seen if he'll have the impact that United fans hope that he'll have. It looks like Pogba will probably move on in the summer if anyone's stupid enough to pay the money that Manchester United want. I don't know with Fernandes. I mean, he was doing massive numbers from midfield, record numbers in the Portuguese league, but that is the Portuguese league. He looks like a tidy footballer. I'm not going to come on and belittle the fella, but like any other player coming to the league, he deserves time to settle and be judged in maybe 12 months' time. Liam Coughlin said, Tammy Abraham overrated ? I suppose it depends how highly you rate him. I think he's a good level footballer, but I don't think he'll ever be one of the Premier League great strikers. No, not for me. I think that if Chelsea could go out tomorrow and replace him with another number 9 of world class level, they'd do it. So I don't think Tammy Abraham is a long term centre forward for Chelsea. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? I'm not Frank Lampard. I'm not a Chelsea manager. I'm not a Chelsea fan. Father Ted, yeah. Father Ted, actually, Dermot Morgan went to the same secondary school as me, interestingly enough. I believe he was expelled as well, if my memory's correct. Maybe that was suspended, but he got in trouble for sure. What do I think of Tyson Fury? I love Tyson Fury as a boxer, Eugene. He's had some strange opinions over the years and stuff that, he said that he knows he probably shouldn't have said. I love the fact that he's so open and talks about his mental health so openly. I think that's inspired many people, myself included. I think that the fight against Deontay Wilder is going to be extremely interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope Fury gets through it and wins, and I hope he sets up a fight with AJ, because that's what I think most of us boxing fans want to see. Chelsea signed Harry Wilson, said Kate. It looks like, from what I've read. Now, this is an interesting one, actually. Good point, this, Kate. Thank you for bringing it up. On Harry Wilson, let's perhaps finish the stream tonight having a little chat about Harry Wilson. Do you guys think that Harry Wilson will come back to Liverpool and continue to be a Liverpool player from next season? Or do you think that Liverpool will look to cash in on him in the summer? Obviously, he's at Bournemouth at the minute. We've seen numbers around 30 million thrown around. I don't really want to give my opinion on it until I let you guys put it out there, because I don't want to influence or try and influence anybody's thoughts on this. Craig, Sheffield United have the second least goals conceded. Do you think they'll get top five or four? I think that they've a good chance of breaking top six and getting a Europa League place, mate. I wonder, though, if maybe missing out on Europe could be a blessing in disguise, if you get where I'm coming from. Because we've seen time and time again clubs that have not usually qualified for Europe, qualifying for Europe, and then that having a detrimental impact on the Premier League season the following year. I mean, Wolves kind of booked the trend a little bit, but Wolves have deep pockets as well, and have brought in some very good players, and have been able to kind of manage the Premier League and Europa League headache that Thursday, Sunday football brings. So I wonder if, I think they can qualify Sheffield United without a doubt, but I wonder, would it be better if they didn't, if you get where I'm coming from? But I don't know. Blades fans would probably love to be playing in Europe next season, and why not? Selim says, Shay, trainer with regards to Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson buried my team last season, said Leon. Can't keep him, said Kate. Think we'll move him on, said JW. Cash in on him, said Megasting 1981. There's better options for us to pursue. Wish him well, though. Neil before Klopp said, all depends on who we actually get. Who from the youth academy makes it in the summer. Do you think karma exists when you look at United? I think karma exists full stop in life, Jamie, mate. It's one of the few things I actually do believe in. I'm not a religious person personally, but yeah, I do think that that karma does exist. I don't know about United's side of it, but I do believe in karma, yes. Media Centre Man said, I think Harry Wilson wants to come back. Bernadette said, don't think Wilson will get regular first team football with us. Sell Wilson and Shaqiri for 60 million and go and get Werner, said Neil Anthony. Do I rate Koulibaly? Yes, but there's no way on earth we're going to sign him, Stephen, because he'd probably cost 100 million. And he's getting on a little bit in age as well. Nor do I think we need to go and spend that much money. But as a footballer, unbelievable. Great player. Cash in 20 to 30 million, said Dave Sweeney, with regards to Harry Wilson. Sheffield United would want the money, said Brad Pender. Yeah, I absolutely get that, mate. 100% agree with you. I just wonder, from my point of view, just thinking about their longevity in the Premier League. But you're right, mate. I mean, who wouldn't want to qualify for Europe? Their fans would love, I'm sure, to be heading on European away days. I'd take him at United, said Leon Khan, with regards to Wilson. Your opinion on Karius returning? Well, I don't think he will return in anything other than the possibility of them not taking up the loan to buy agreement. If Karius comes back, I think he'll move on again very quickly. I think there's no future for Loris Karius at Liverpool, but I've always said I wish him well, wherever that may be. From what I've read over the past few months, and it doesn't look like it will work out at Besiktas for various reasons, I think there are clubs in Germany and on the continent that would take Loris Karius, and we'd still make a tidy profit. Did you talk about Coutinho? If so, thoughts? We did. We spoke about him earlier on, mate. Don't want him at the club anymore. Made his bed. I'm somebody that thinks he should go and lie in it. I think his best days are probably behind him as well. And Coutinho was speaking about it as well, saying he doesn't look back. Somebody put that up earlier on. Do you think Woodburn is a forgotten talent? Yes, unfortunately, Liam. It's you never want to write off any young player, but Oxford or something. Is it Oxford United that he's at? If I'm right, and my memory's that shocking that I can't even remember if that's where he went out on loan. But yeah, look, it doesn't look like it's going to work out for Ben Woodburn at Liverpool anyway. I think we can agree on that one. Dylan said, gave myself a bad haircut. Good. Just go like me, mate, and whip out the old razor and go full on bald. You can't go wrong. Just don't cut yourself when you're shaving your head. Casper said, keep Harry Wilson. Right, so I've you guys have had your say on Wilson. Mine would be sell him. If you get 30 million for anybody for Harry Wilson, bite their fucking hand off. That's my opinion. I think there's a Premier League footballer in there, but I don't think there's a footballer at the very highest level that Liverpool are currently at. Nah, not for me. I think if we can pull another Michael Edwards masterstroke and bring in like 30 million for him, personally I'd move him on. Forget Coutinho at any lower price, said Dave Smith. Thanks for answering my question. No worries, mate, that's what I'm here for. Happy to answer as many questions or read out as many comments as I can. Blue said, can Jones be as good as Coutinho? Yes, I think so. It's a big ask. Probably. Do you know what? Yeah, fuck it, Blue. Why not? Curtis Jones is a baller. There's definitely an elite level footballer in there, and he's definitely going to be a mainstay of this Liverpool squad over the next 10 years. So yeah, why not? Let's go balls out on this, and let's say that he can be absolutely elite. So yeah, why not? Gotta sell, said Brian. I agree with Brian on this one. I think if you can get 30 million that's been rumoured for Harry Wilson, sell him. Wilson is okay, but not as good as Curtis Jones, said John Cable. Joanne's a big fan of Dexter. Full DVD box set of Dexter. I've actually never watched it, Joanne. I've heard nothing but great things about it, but I've never watched it. Eugene said, and I hate to use the phrase dead wood, but it's what he's written, you'll get rid of Liverpool squad in the summer. I think he's talking about Wilson. Get me to 10,000 said, if Wilson goes to Chelsea or United, he'll have competition for the first team with Rashford and James. What a Chelsea, Pulisic and others. I don't know where he'd go to. I'd seen him linked to Leicester, which would be an interesting move actually for Wilson. Adam Lallana, actually, whose contract is up at the end of the season, has been linked to Arsenal, West Ham, Leicester and Spurs, I think, as well. Brian said, ask Bournemouth fans, Harry Wilson's just a highlight reel player. Yeah, I don't think he's consistent enough from what I've seen either, Brian, to make it at Liverpool. But, you know, I suppose the only opinion that really matters here is Kloppo's. Bernadette said, Neco Williams looks like to have great potential too. Yes, and he's going to sign a new improved deal at the club. We spoke about that last night. Williams looks like he's an absolute gift at right back. He looks like he'll be challenging Trent moving forward, or at least be his backup. I shouldn't say challenging Trent because, you know, he's the best right back in the world. So, up the Irish for beating Wales. Yeah, good win in the Six Nations. Real difficult test coming up against England in the next game. Right, what else have we got? West Ham will get relegated, said Casper. Oh well, does anybody really care if they do, to be fair? There wasn't enough really mentioned about them smashing our team bus after we beat them. I mean, we heard all about it when Liverpool fans or somebody threw a bottle of Copperberg and smashed up the Manchester City bus. We never fucking heard the end of it, but not too much fume in the media about the fact that their coach had a window smashed by West Ham fans after the game that we beat them in recently. So there you go. Did we miss a trick with Haaland? I don't think there was any option there, Shay. I think it was set in stone that Haaland wanted to go play in Germany. I think it was his dream since he was a kid to go and play in the Bundesliga. And in the future, there will be another massive move for that kid somewhere. He is an undoubted superstar. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, before we finish up tonight, again, I just want to give a shout out to Hot Mic. If you don't know what Hot Mic is, I'm going to run you through it one more time before we finish up tonight. So Hot Mic is this amazing app that allows you to sync our commentary or your favourite broadcaster's commentary up with a match that's on television. So how it works is you download the app free on the Google Play Store or the App Store. When you download the app, you'll be asked if you want to put in a code when you open up the app. Please, if you are opening it up, put in Anfield Agenda, all in caps, all one word. and give us a follow on there as well. So how the app works is, so you find the event that you want to listen to a broadcaster on. Let's talk Norwich against Liverpool on Saturday. So you find that game, really easy with the scheduled games. You click on it and you'll see what broadcasters are currently signed up to be given the commentary on that game. So you'll click on Anfield Agenda, hopefully, and then when the game gets started, or even when the pre-match show gets started on your television and the pundits are talking, there's a button on your phone or your iPad or your mobile device that will say sync. Press that button and it listens to the commentary coming from your television and syncs up our commentary directly to what you're watching. So you can get play-by-play commentary from Anfield Agenda, from yours truly, in real time, no delay, anything like that, straight to your mobile device. And you also get ambient background noises as well, so you'll hear crowd noise and stuff like that. There'll be a chat feature available in there as well. And I think this could be the biggest thing in sports broadcasting from a fan perspective in ever. So I'm really excited to be on there. Connor is as well. Connor's put a link in there for you guys where you can go and download the app from. Just 12 more followers shy of hitting 50 on there already. So if you go over, use the code Anfield Agenda on sign up, all capitals, all one word. And also, importantly, make sure to follow Anfield Agenda, and then you'll get notified every single time we go live on there as well. And make sure when we're on live, and there's a share function on there as well, make sure to hit that, lash it out across social media. The more people we can get, the more fans we can get together, the more Reds we can get having a bit of fun and enjoyment along the way. Everything is going to be simulcast, so it's going to be on YouTube as well, as always. Moving forward, we'll be covering more games on there as well from our second channel, Crack On. On Anfield Agenda over the next week, you're going to have to look forward to us with the Norwich game. We're going to be doing the Atletico game, and we're going to be doing the Spurs versus Leipzig game as well. And again, our memberships are open on the channel for those of you that haven't signed up already. Details as well in the description below if you want to sign up to that. Look, as always, I'll end by saying thank you for your love and support. It means the world to us. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. If you're watching this on playback later on, give me your thoughts on what we've spoken about. But most importantly, look, I hope you're all well. I hope life is treating you well. Thank you again for your love and support. It means the world to us. I'll be back tomorrow, either at 9:30 or 9:45, but you just keep an eye out for the notification, and we'll start building up to the Norwich game on Saturday. How's that, everyone? Right, again, thank you, and I'll talk to you all soon. Up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.